Welcome to the second session. In this session, let me introduce a general term, cultural heritage diplomacy. The Bilbao Effect refers to the positive influence or phenomenon in which a city's landmark buildings increase the overall competitiveness of the city. Bilbao grew as a tourist city. From all over the world flocked to see the Guggenheim Museum, giving rise to the term Bilbao Effect. Bilbao, located in the Basque Country in the northern Spain, is a city with over 700 years of history. Bilbao emerged as an industrial city in Spain in the early 19th century. However, the industrial crisis and urban decline that occurred after the mid-20th century led to an increase in unemployment. Additionally, chronic terrorism and anti-environmental urban conditions have accelerated the overall stagnation of Bilbao society. Politicians of Bilbao felt a serious sense of crisis and started to seek to revive and change Bilbao. And this urban regeneration plan included the hosting of the Guggenheim Museum. The urban regeneration project revitalized the economy and improved social conditions and environment by injecting new vitality. Taking advantage of the brand value of the Guggenheim, Bilbao made an attempt to transform the image of the city from an old industrial city into a modern and future-oriented city. The opening marked a historic turning point for Bilbao and brought about effects that exceeded expectations. Not only has it established itself as a tourist destination for countless visitors, but it has also become a benchmark for politicians from other cities who want to become the next Bilbao. The branch of the Louvre Museum opened in Abu Dhabi in 2017. The United Arab Emirates paid approximately €1 billion to France in return for providing the brand and operational know-how of the Louvre Museum in France for 30 years and 6 months. The new museum also includes the loans of the French National Museum collection to the UAE. In France, cultural diplomacy has long been a branch of diplomacy and has been actively used to improve external relations. Those in favor of establishing a Louvre branch in Abu Dhabi considered exporting the Louvre brand as a national feat, while opponents countered that exporting the Louvre brand would mean treating the museum like a commodity, which would shake the foundation of French cultural policy. Now, France is accelerating its museum branding strategy as the number of museums increase to meet the global demands of economically emerging countries and oil-rich countries. Those countries include countries in the Middle East such as UAE and China. Looking at the side of the United Arab Emirates, the UAE was not satisfied with its image as an economic powerhouse in the Middle East. The UAE wanted to give the image of a cultural country. The United Arab Emirates has a dream of leaping forward to becoming a soft power powerhouse. This all can be well understood in the light of public diplomacy. Public diplomacy can be defined as a process of establishing relationships with the public of other countries through various private entities as well as diplomatic entities in order to improve understanding of the country's national goals and policies, as well as ideas, institutions, and culture. As public diplomacy has gained increasing importance in international relations in the 21st century, cultural diplomacy, which forms the core axis of public diplomacy, also received more attention in academia. But museums, galleries, and cultural heritage sites are not just an effective means of public diplomacy. They can be also a useful means for contributive diplomacy. Culture and development are topics that have been discussed for a very long time. In 1948, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights declared cultural rights as a fundamental right that humans should enjoy. Article 27 states, all human beings have the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, enjoy the arts, and share in the progress of science and its benefits. Cultural Heritage ODA refers to cooperative projects officially supported by the donor country's government in a field of cultural heritage. Cultural Heritage ODA starts from respecting the culture and emotions of residents in the partner countries. It aims to support the enjoyment of cultural rights to ensure minimum welfare through mental, emotional, and physical expression, and to achieve socioeconomic development by utilizing their cultural resources. Cultural Heritage ODA is an important field for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Partner countries or regions can increase the effectiveness and sustainability of aid by linking tourism and regional development through Cultural Heritage ODA. In this lecture series, we often talked about achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And now I think it is a good time to understand the concept more thoroughly. Eileen is going to explain what the Sustainable Development Goals are.
Following the Millennium Development Goals, which were established in in the year 2000 as 8 development goals to address global challenges and to improve the living conditions of people in developing countries, the SDGs were established in the course of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development in 2015. SDGs stands for Sustainable Development Goals, and the framework includes a total of 17 goals, which you can see on the chart here. The goals range from no poverty to gender equality, clean water and sanitation, and quality education to global partnerships, and many more, and therefore cover social, economic, ecological, political, as well as legal aspects. While the 17 goals provide a broad framework for global development, each individual goal covers a certain set of targets that further specifies the desired outcomes. In total, the SDGs include an additional 169 targets that can be found across the different goals. With the adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the SDGs, the member states of the United Nations acknowledged an urgent call for action and a need for strategies in order to tackle current and future challenges. It is emphasized that developed as well as developing countries have to work together and build partnerships to be able to achieve the overall aim of the framework, which is to achieve peace and prosperity for people and the planet in a sustainable way. In order to track the work regarding the SDGs, the UN Secretary General annually presents an SDG progress report, which is based on the Global Indicator Framework for SDGs.
Thank you, Eileen. OECD defines cultural ODA as it is eligible as ODA, meaning Official Development Assistance, if they build the cultural capacities of recipient countries. But one-off tours by donor country artists or sportsmen and activities to promote the donor's image are excluded. In previous lecture, I explained Korea's development cooperation's basic plans. The Korean government began drafting the Comprehensive Basic Plan, midterm government plans with a span of 5 years to provide the directions of its national ODA practices. The 2021 to 2025 Comprehensive Basic Plan for International Cooperation is the third midterm plan. In pursuit of enhancement of global social value and promotion of national interest through cooperation and solidarity, the current third plan suggests 4 types of goals, which are inclusive, mutual, innovative, and collaborative ODA. And it illustrates 12 main subjects to meet those goals. Korea is one of the top donors in the field of cultural heritage. In the third 5-year plan, the use of cultural content under innovative ODA refers to cultural content as in Korean legal system, which is technology-based entertainment content. On the other hand, The use of the term the cultural content under the mutual ODA in the third term plan refers to traditional cultural resources, which UNESCO categorizes as cultural and natural heritage and performance and celebration under cultural domains in tourism and related domains. What makes Korea's cultural ODA in the field of cultural heritage in the museum is not just a volume. Korea's history makes its museum contributive diplomacy different. The following session will show you how.